Chapter 197 of TBATE was wholesome. Wholesome because we got to see a whole lot of relationship building. We got to see a lot of the emotional implications that are going on between everybody. We really got to see the amount of love and care that Tessa and Arthur have for each other, especially when Tessa is basically scolding Arthur for caring more about her promotion in the army than what he had going on with himself. And this is a breath of fresh air from the rest of the stuff that's been going on lately and what's to come, because you can really see their love for each other. And this is something that's kind of been foreshadowed and shown throughout the series, but now that they're older and Arthur doesn't necessarily deem her as a kid as much, it's starting to blossom more. Like, we even get to see that, like, Tessa's like, man, sometimes I really forget that you're human and that you actually can falter. We also just don't see their love that they have for each other. We also see that everybody else's love for Arthur too. I mean, they're all literally spying on him just to make sure that he's okay and good. Like, just look at that. You can't tell me that these people don't love him. And we also get to see more of the dynamic between him and his sister and how much she cherishes that he's her big brother. And we also learn about the real implications of this war. We know that Arthur really can't get any more help from the Asheras. And basically, he's not allowed to really get a new pearl if he's to get in the same situation and state that he's in now, because it would be breaking the treaty. We also get another really emotional moment for Arthur too. Basically seeing that Don's ballad is forever gone. It's shattered to pieces fighting that retainer. That was Arthur's main weapon that he used. Shoot, I would be upset as well. You telling me my main weapon of choice is gone now? I would be mortified. And we were also getting more hints to what his new weapon potentially might be. Or just the fact that, like, hey, I need you to hurry up sooner or later. And along with this, we have Arthur confronting Viren about who's in charge of the Dwarven lances. Because as we all know, them niggas is traitors. They cannot be trusted over there. And like I said, this chapter was filled with a lot of wholesome moments. We see Arthur and Ellie talking once again. And she's explaining like, yo, like, I was really kind of jealous of you in all honesty. And I wasn't the only one who was jealous of you. Other people were too, because you were so talented and you're a lance. She says, you know, basically she's really pouring her heart out saying like, I kind of like blamed you for everything. I blamed you that I couldn't have a normal life. It sucks growing up as a kid, really. Then she, like, you know, she poured her heart out telling him, but I realized your life is worse than mine. You have to go through harder trials and tribulations just to survive. I didn't realize how much you gave up just to be doing this to save us. All I knew was that you would come home beaten and battered and you would tell me amazing stories about destroying monsters. I thought you never really cared about us as a family, or let alone me as your little sister. Like, I didn't even realize that you never really got to see mom and dad like the way I got to see mom and dad. This whole scene right here was honestly kind of heartbreaking. As a reader, like, sometimes we fail to really think about what Arthur's truly going through and what he gave up just as a normal person. We get kind of caught up in all the amazing feats that he's doing, but we're not realizing this takes a lot of toll on such a young person, and the toll that it takes on not just him, but his loved ones. And we fail to realize what comes with the burden of having power. Also in this chapter, we find out that Ellie can make mana arrows. Arthur is amazed by it because not many people that he knows at her age can do stuff like that. And we find out that she has this rare skill, that she can basically make shapes out of pure mana. And then we end the chapter with Arthur's friends telling him, hey, they're getting dressed up to go to a party because apparently a retainer was defeated. But they have no idea who truly defeated the retainer. And that's how the chapter ends. I know people in the community don't like these slow chapters. I like these slower chapters. It builds upon the character. It adds more emotional depth to the situations that are happening. It lets you connect with the characters better. These are always needed. Let me know what y'all think about the chapter.